What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another. No, I'm just kidding. That's my other one. But welcome back to Crayon Rocket. It is your boy Sweet, and you already know that what we do here. What we do here is motivation, inspiration, and everything in between. Why? Because you know what? We know that God is doing amazing and incredible things every single day. Every single day. So we're going to jump into this first one, right? So the first one is actually going to be 1 John 4:7. I'm going to read it from my phone just because I didn't get the full thing on there. But I hope that y'all are enjoying this. So 1 John 4:7 says, "Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, for love comes from God. Anyone who loves is a child of God and knows God." And knows God. See, that's a beautiful, beautiful analogy, and just really just a beautiful thing, right? Because we go through every single day of our life. Are we loving one another? Are we loving those who come in contact with us? Are we loving those who, you know, um, we come in contact with, strangers, friends, family, whoever it may be, right? Are we, you know, really loving one another? Because like it says right here, you know, when you love one another, when you show love, that shows that you are a child of God and you know God, because God is love. See, now that's a beautiful part in it. That's a beautiful part in everything that is really just about my faith. Everything that I live for is to love one another. Yes, I will be tough at times. Yes, I will be able to put my foot down. Yes, I will be able to tell people, like, no, I am not going to just do whatever people want me to do. I am going to continue to live and fight and do everything that I need to for God. See, my faith, I live it out. Am I perfect? Heck no. Probably thought I was gonna say the other word, but nah. But really, no. I am not perfect. I am just another person trying to do my best, trying to get everything going good. You start getting the little thing going, start getting that motor going, start getting that momentum, start getting in the groove of things. See, so that's what I'm saying. I'm going to live for God, right? And I'm going to show that love to anybody that I come across, especially my family, especially my wife, especially our daughter, especially whoever it is. Why? Because God put me on this earth and gave me a gift to speak and a gift to talk and a gift to connect with people. And that doesn't mean I got it all going on. But what it does mean is, of course, I'm going to be able to, utilize that gift for the glory of God. And I got to learn and I got to be able to do what I need to do, right? So, with that being said, of course, of course, I'm gonna do my thing. Of course, I'm going out here and I'm going to live for the glory of God, right? I'm going to live for the glory of God. So, we're going to jump into the next one. This was just a Bible verse, so hopefully y'all, see that. So, this next one is going to be motivational quote by Lao Tzu. Knowing others is wisdom, but knowing yourself is enlightenment. Knowing others is wisdom, but knowing yourself is enlightenment, right? See, I'm really big. I pay attention to those around me. I pay attention to anybody that I come in contact with, family, friends, strangers, coworkers. It doesn't matter. I pay attention to who they are, what they do, and everything in between, right? Everything in between. So when I come in contact with people, I try to understand who they are. I try to understand maybe their habits, maybe little things that they may do, certain little things like that. See, one thing I know is nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Your peeps ain't perfect. Your peers ain't perfect. Your fam ain't perfect. But the thing is, you know, you could go ahead and start getting to know all these other people. You could start understanding who they are, understanding why they do the things that they do, all these different, scenarios. But the truth in it, right? The truth in it is going to be when you find out who you are, when you get that enlightenment, when you figure out what your purpose is, what your meaning is. See, yesterday, or the other video I did yesterday or the other day was, you know, you got to find your meaning, you got to find your purpose, right? You know, the meaning of life and the purpose of life, two different things. See, we're all on this journey for enlightenment. We're all in this journey to discover who we are, to discover what we do, discover everything that we are accompanied by, right? See, we're all writing our book. We're all writing our story to make it to that next level, to make it to the next level. And know what? This is what I'm saying right now. Find ways to really discover who you are. Find ways to really discover who you are and what your purpose is and what the meaning of life is to you. Because you are writing every chapter, writing every page in your book to become better, right? So if you are not doing that, if you are not working on yourself, if you are not trying to grow, then what are you trying to do? What are you purposely doing? Because you are literally just sitting in the background. Right? You sitting in the background, maybe not even knowing what to do, maybe not even knowing where to go to the next step, right? Because you're just living your own way of life. You ain't looking for that enlightenment. You ain't trying to work on yourself, build yourself, take yourself to the next level. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So the next one is going to be by Martina Navratilova. Probably butchered that. It is easier to do a job right than to explain why you didn't. See, think about that. Think about it. Why not just do the job right? Why not just do what you need to do and really just be out there and just get it done? See, we live in a society and a life that people just want to make so many mistakes, right? They make mistakes, they make excuses, and they continue to live off of that. And that just becomes a pattern in their life. That becomes a pattern in our life where we just want to make excuse after excuse. And what for? If you could just do the job right, if you could just do what you were meant to do, what you were called to do, what your job is to do, you wouldn't have to make excuses. You wouldn't have to go and do that. You wouldn't have to explain why you didn't do it. You don't have to explain why you failed, why this happened. No, because if you just did it right, I mean, I'm not saying that everything's going to be perfect, but just do your job. Do what you need to do. You have goals, work on them. You have, aspirations, dreams, work towards it, right? Instead of making excuses, just like everybody else is so accustomed to making excuses, why don't you take that next step and be like, no what, let me just work at it. Even if it's not to perfection yet, you're working at it. You're ahead of the game compared to other people. You're ahead of the game compared to other people. So let that kind of sink in and see where you lie within that, right? So we're going to go into the next quote by Og Mandino. Always do your best. What you plant now will harvest later. Always do your best, and what you plant now will harvest later. See, this one's a powerful one. See, if you're going to go through every obstacle, everything in your life, and you're going to go and do it to your best, to the best of your ability, and not leave any stone unturned, right? If you're gonna fight hard, you're gonna have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears in this, then it's gonna reap the harvest. See, that's why it says what you plant now will harvest later. See, all the hard work that you put in now, all the hard work that you put in that nobody else wants to put in, you will see it. You will benefit from it, and I promise you, you will see it. Other people, like I said, they will procrastinate. They'll put it off till tomorrow, put it off to the next day, put it off and keep putting it off, and they're never going to start. But if you just start now, you are already ahead of the game because they haven't even started yet. They haven't even started yet. See, and that's a lot of us. We could say what we're going to do. We could act like we're going to do it. But if we actually don't, and we just stay being like in the background, and, and we stay making excuses, where are we going to be? We're going to be with everybody else in the same predicament, in the same position of, yeah, I'll get to it. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Right. But if you don't, then where you going? Right. If you don't, how are those dreams going to come true? If you don't, how are those goals going to be accomplished, be reached? They're not. See, what are you planning right now that you're going to harvest later? Is there little things that you could be planning right now? Is there little things that you could be doing right now that could take you to the next level, take you to the stratosphere, take you to a place that you probably thought you would never be? See, we hold ourselves down. We put limitations on ourselves. I was listening to a song by Bizzle. It's talking about New Skies. Talks about his like rap dream and everything was limited to these expectations of Tupac, right? But he's like, man, but you passed away early in your age, 25, right? But he's like, I'm still alive, I'm still going. My limitations have reached some new skies. Sky's the limit, right? Same thing. He put some limitations on who he could be as a man to his father, but knowing that his dad had limitations of himself. So thinking about that, limiting himself, he's like, nah, I'm gonna put my limitations, expectations to some new skies because sky is the limit. See, what are you comparing yourself to or looking up to that's putting limitations on your life? Think about that one. So this next one, Carolyn Wozniacki, probably butchered that, but I never give up. Doesn't matter what the score is, right? I don't know about you. I love me a good movie or story just with like underdog and being able to fight against the clock and be able to come back with a victory. It's very heartfelt. See, so this is pretty much what it's saying is no matter what the score is, I'm not going to give up. Even if I get destroyed in the process, even if I'm in the game and I get destroyed and I get conquered, I get beaten down, I'm not going to give up. Because the moment I give up, it shows my character. It shows that I am not ready to be able to face those type of situations yet. But see, if I keep fighting on, no matter if I lose 100-2, I make 2 points. It don't matter what the score is. I'm going to keep fighting on. No matter if you see family members or friends or peers or other people maybe that you went to school with and they have better jobs or maybe they have a small business or their careers is blowing up and you kind of stagnant. But as long as you're putting in the work, as long as you haven't given up, you're doing great. Keep working hard. Don't worry about the comparison game. It's not going to do you anything. It's not going to benefit you in any way. See, if I compared myself to people I met throughout my life that already started their businesses, doing different things, YouTube, whatever it is, I would already lost because I would already given up. I ain't giving up. I'm going to stay fighting. I'm going to stay doing what I need to do. So think about that. Where are you at? What is your motivation? Are you still fighting on? What are you holding on to keep fighting on? Because whatever it is, stay holding on to it. Just like my pastor says, with white knuckle intensity, you hold on to that, right? Hold on to it and keep fighting. See, nobody here is perfect. We're all going to stumble. We're all going to fall. We're all going to take a step backwards at times. But as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't throw in the towel, you don't wave the white flag, you don't say, oh, well, there's always next. No. You stay fighting. If you got to retreat for just a second just to regroup, do that. But don't give up and don't just wave the white flag and surrender. No, 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 no. You stay fighting and you stay moving on. So this last one is by Anonymous. Your problem isn't the problem. Your reaction is the problem. That one's a great one. And honestly, think about it. We look at all these different things and we're like, man, these are some big problems, right? They're gonna affect us, they're gonna destroy us, they're gonna put us down, they're gonna do what they do. But think about it. Think about it like this. How are you reacting to those problems, right? If you are facing adversity, if you are facing these different scenarios, these different, situations, and you're reacting very poorly, you're reacting very negatively, of course there's going to be a negative outcome. There's going to be a negative effect, a negative ripple effect in all of this because you've already let it consume you. You've let it consume you and destroy you and pull you down and break you down. And now it's shaping you and molding you in a way that you probably shouldn't be shaped and molded. So you could take situations and you could react to them in a positive way. And you could let it shape and mold you in a great way compared to letting it shape and mold you in a negative and harmful way. You could let it shape you in a great way, let it shape and mold you in such a way that it really just it's going to be that pressure on cold to really make you into a diamond. But see, it really just depends on how you react to it. See, I'm trying to get better at reacting to situations or reacting to stress or different things. And my beautiful wife helps me with that all the time. And I'm getting better at it. I am not perfect at it. So I am not going to say I've accomplished that, but I am getting better at it. So that's the one thing, right? My wife, she helps me. We help each other. We're growing. We're building each other up, So I'm trying to learn how to react to it a lot better. Learn how to react to it in such a way where I'm like, man, look at that. I'm doing better. I'm making improvements, right? I'm making improvements. That's where I want to get to. That's where I want to be at. So here's the thing. How are you reacting to these problems, these situations, and these different scenarios? And how is that going to shape you, mold you for the future? See, how is that going to shape you and mold you to the future? So hopefully y'all got something out of this. Hopefully y'all really just saw that, we need each other. We're here to grow. We're here to do some great and amazing things. And I hope that you do. And without further ado, I'm going to have to bid y'all adieu. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate that too. Until next time, salute.